video is sponsored by the Aporro brand. Now, they reached out to the kid. They were like, yo, we got a couple of new tennis options that are going on the website, and we would love for you to check them out. We have them in 2 different options, CZ and brass, and silver and moissanite. And we would love to send you both options to check out. And I was like, I was a little reluctant because I'm not the biggest fan of CZ and brass. However, the price difference is so drastic, and they're both the exact same pieces that I was like, why not do a visual comparison between the two and see if that price point is really a factor. Let's roll my motherfucking music so we could take a look at the new cushion cut clusters by Aporro.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, one of my beautiful peoples, you know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B today. So again, I wasn't super hype about the brass CZ option. We know that there's a ton of brass and CZ option with all these Instagram jewelry brands. So it's kind of like, I'm not interested in it. However, it's a rare occasion that I can get 2 of the exact same pieces in different metals and stones. So I thought it'd be more cool to show you comparatively, up close and personal, if the juice is worth the squeeze. I mean, they look visually identical, but the price points are super dramatic. So is it really worth it to you? Only you can determine that and your wallet. So let's take a look as they sent over again their new cushion cut clustered options in tennis format. The first one I'm gonna show you, and I'm not gonna tell you what metal is what, is the bracelet option. They are in 7mm cluster options, and as you can see there's a large center stone with rounds surrounding it, and it's kind of that cushion shape overall, which differentiates it from a round or a baguette. Beautifully shiny, typical tennis format. It's just a casing holding some stones, center stone, smaller stones, and then Aporro usually throws in their little custom flair, which in this case is their dual security sleek lock with enamel. Now, obviously I opened these already, and I'm gonna be completely transparent as I usually am. This tongue, it came in so vacuum sealed that the tongue was depressed, so I had to pull it up. So what does that mean? That this security option has like this 2 lock format right here, which is essentially the male portion goes into the female portion. This isn't sex ed as such, which is 1 security lock, and then this one has a hole in it with a pin and locks over, so it's that second security portion. However, if the tongue is depressed, then it's technically only 1 because this one is going in and out. It's locking now currently in place because I had to pull it up because it was so vacuum sealed in that snakeskin condom wrapping shit that it pushes it down. So the problem with these long-term can potentially be the tension aspect on this tongue portion. That's probably why they added that second level of security there. The second level of security absolutely will hold it in place, but that tongue shit, you always gotta start picking it back up. Some people find it completely regular because they're used to this factor, because it happens quite often in all types of jewelry. But I gotta keep it 1,000, that's how I came. I had to pull the tongue up, and now it holds into place as such. Taking off the first level, pull it down, push it back in. How long would that last? I don't know. But this is the tennis chain option. Again, I'm not going to tell you what metal this one particularly is, but let's move on to the tennis necklace, which really is no wow. It's the same thing. Visually the exact same thing. Same cluster, same shine factor, same sleek lock. It's all the same. There's nothing different about this option at all. Same. But we know there's a difference. One is brass and one is 925 silver. Let's look up some close-up shots. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of seconds to think. Is this one the 925 silver, or is this one the 925 silver? Under these studio lights, you can clearly see that there is slight differences in that tone. But what tone is actually the silver one? Or which one can you tell is CZ and which one can you tell is moissanite? I'll let you think about it for a second before I reveal them with the diamond tester. All right, you guys ready? So what we're gonna do is hit them both with the diamond tester, and clearly the one that's going to be the 925 silver will be the one that says moissanite on it. But judging how this Gemoro tester is sometimes, who knows, it might even scream diamond. So let's go ahead and see.
Moissanite.
There you have it. Nothing.
Moissanite.
And the moissanite option is the tennis bracelet. So if you thought this one was the 925 silver, you are absolutely correct. Honestly, under studio lights, was I able to tell the difference in tone color between these two pieces? When you're putting it against a black background, like the glove, it's hard to really see a massive amount of difference. The main difference that I was able to see between these two, and it was only when I saw them up close and personal, was this one had a little bit more fire. The brilliance was a little bit more prominent than the CZ, but not by much. And again, that's something that I had to look up close to actually see. But from a distance, it's really impossibly difficult to tell. They both have a super shine factor. Obviously, moissanite is the better option. Well, not obviously, at least in my opinion. The 925 silver shines a little bit brighter than that dipped brass does, but brass is also not magnetic, so it won't pass that magnet test. So, you know, if you ever thought somebody's gonna swing by you with a magnet and you have a brass and CZ chain, it's not going to hit. But structurally, it's exactly the same. It's still small casings just with holding some stones. Think about it, if you went the tennis chain route and you got this one in 925 silver with moissanite, it's almost 500 bucks. But if you went the CZ and brass route, it's only like $150. So there's a drastic price difference from something that's aesthetically almost identical. Is it worth it to you? How many people are gonna come up to you with a diamond tester to check your moissanite in silver? Rare occasions, unless you're a YouTuber. Both of these pieces look way more expensive than they actually are, so if you're wearing either of these pieces pulling up in a Ford Pinto, it's going to be questionable either way. But personally, these are not my particular style. It's not something that I would wear. The rigidity in these is kind of annoying to me, to be honest with you. Like the fact that this cluster is just kind of so hard, and it happens with tennis and all these kind of other chains. It's just a little bit too rigid for me, which I'm assuming the rigidity helps with that laying flat on the chest look, which is what you want out of these joints, but they generally tend to roll over depending if you have like big traps and you're muscular and all that. But the cluster option doesn't drive me crazy, but these are super popular. And you know, Instagram breeds popularity. You see these cluster formats on celebrities or influencers, it kind of triggers people and influences people to go that route and try these styles out. So if this is a style you're looking to try out, maybe you want to go the affordable option to see if something really worked for you and maybe upgrade, or just chill with that because this might not be a style that will last forever. So were you really able to tell the difference? And if you were, did you know which one was which? As I stated, for me, it took me a couple of seconds to look at it and actually determine which one was which, visually. But there's nothing else to do but hit you with net profile. And of course, wrist profile. So these are the two pieces that are available on Aporro.com, again in CZ brass and in 925 silver and moissanite. Is the difference in price justifiable for that visual, for that peace of mind knowing that 925 and moissanite is better than brass and CZ? Is it worth it to you to pay up on that price? As mentioned, it can only be determined by you and your wallet. What do you think of these particular pieces? Is it your type of vibe? Do you feel this particular style will last? And is it worth it saving a couple of bucks going the brass and CZ route versus silver and moissanite? Very curious, leave the comments below. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would